Let's talk about something wonderful tonight. The simple joy of food. If dry mouth has made eating feel like a chore or stolen the flavor from your favorite dishes, there is hope. It can be found right in your kitchen. In the next 30 minutes, we won't focus on what to avoid, but on the delicious, hydrating foods you can add to your plate to bring comfort back to your mouth. If you've been finding it difficult to sleep because your mouth feels as dry as a desert, or your favorite foods have lost their familiar flavor, please settle in. You are not alone in this. Over the next 30 minutes, we will gently walk through the simple, trusted ways to bring back moisture, comfort, and taste so you can finally rest in peace. The simple pleasure of a good meal or a restful night should not be stolen by dryness. When our mouth feels parched, it affects everything. It can make conversation hard. It can make swallowing difficult. It certainly interferes with sleep, often forcing us awake for a quick sip of water that dries up again moments later. Tonight we start by looking not at medicine, but at nature's own simple remedies, the foods that are built to hydrate us from the inside out. Many people reach for a glass of water when they feel dry, and that is a good first step. But the key to lasting relief is not just drinking more water. It is holding the moisture in the body longer. We want to move beyond simple sips and toward a deeper, sustained comfort. This is where the concept of eating your water becomes so powerful. Think of it like a slow-release sponge. When you eat food that is naturally high in water content, your body processes that moisture slowly. It helps your system stay lubricated far longer than a quick gulp of cold water can. We start with the most intuitive solutions, the hydrating heroes. These are the foods that feel cool and juicy the moment they touch your tongue. First, let's talk about melons. Watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew are true champions of hydration. They are often over 90% water, but critically, they also have simple sugars and gentle salts, which help the body absorb and retain that moisture more effectively. Taking a small slice of chilled melon an hour before bedtime can be a wonderful, gentle way to prepare your mouth for the night. They require very little chewing, and they leave a refreshing, soothing residue in the mouth. Next, consider the cucumber. It may seem humble, but cucumber slices are cooling, easy to prepare, and incredibly water-rich. Keeping a few slices in your water pitcher or simply snacking on them midday provides a consistent, gentle flow of moisture. Try keeping a small covered bowl of peeled, chilled cucumber cubes in the refrigerator for easy access. They are the perfect antidote to that sudden, harsh feeling of dryness. Now let's move towards something warm and restorative, broths. A warm, clear broth, perhaps vegetable or a light chicken broth, is a tremendous ally against dryness, especially in the evening. Unlike a heavy soup, broth is pure moisture. It is easy to swallow, and the warmth is immensely soothing. It gently coats the throat and mouth, and it requires zero chewing effort. A small cup of warm broth 30 minutes before you settle in for the night is a wonderful bedtime tradition. But here is an important distinction to consider. Not all liquids help. We sometimes reach for coffee, tea, or even sodas to hydrate. While they are liquids, the caffeine in coffee and some teas, and the alcohol in certain beverages can actually act as diuretics. They encourage the body to release moisture, leaving you feeling even drier later on. The goal is to choose liquid-rich foods that are not diuretic, but rather restorative and simple. What about foods that offer a protective layer? Look for soft, moist, simple dairy. Plain yogurt, perhaps full-fat or simple cottage cheese, can be profoundly comforting. The smooth, cool texture glides over dry oral tissues. It requires almost no saliva production to chew and swallow. Furthermore, the light fat content can sometimes create a temporary coating, offering protection against the air. If you choose yogurt, look for plain, unsweetened varieties, as too much sugar can sometimes contribute to dryness later on. And finally, consider the power of the blended food, the smoothie. A smoothie is excellent because it entirely removes the need for chewing, which is often difficult and painful when the mouth is dry. You can pack a soothing smoothie with high moisture ingredients like melon, cucumber, or even some spinach, blended with a little plain yogurt or coconut water. This is an efficient, delicious way to ingest a great deal of moisture and nourishment without stress. Remember, the body thrives on small, frequent acts of kindness. Instead of trying to gulp down a huge bottle of water once an hour, try incorporating small portions of these hydrating foods throughout your day. A slice of melon here, a few cucumber cubes there, a little yogurt before bed. These simple additions can make a profound difference in reclaiming your comfort. This approach transforms hydration from a chore into a delicious, gentle habit. Now that we have covered the best ways to bring moisture back into the mouth, we must tackle the other side of this challenge, restoring taste. If the dryness is the desert, tastelessness is the silence. We need to find ways to make food flavorful again without resorting to things that irritate the mouth. In our next chapter, we will look at the simple flavor saviors that can wake up your taste buds gently and delightfully. The loss of taste, or the blandness that settles over familiar foods, can take away so much of the joy of life. When your mouth is dry, your taste buds cannot properly register flavor because saliva is needed to dissolve and transport the flavor compounds. So fixing the dryness is the first step, but how do we enhance the flavor once the moisture is there? We turn to natural flavor saviors. These are ingredients that offer a strong, clean burst of flavor without the irritation of excessive salt, spice, or sugar. First, consider the refreshing power of herbs. Fresh herbs are a true revelation for those dealing with a diminished sense of taste. Mint, parsley, and basil are gentle and highly aromatic. They rely on scent and volatile oils, not dissolving salts, to deliver their impact. A pinch of fresh basil on scrambled eggs, a sprinkle of mint over a plain fruit salad, or chopped parsley mixed into cottage cheese can instantly elevate a bland dish. The aroma alone can make the meal feel more vibrant and appealing. Next, we look at the quiet strength of citrus. A tiny squeeze of fresh lemon, lime, or orange juice can be a true taste wake-up call. The tartness and acidity are marvelous for stimulating the salivary glands. This means a squeeze of lemon does double duty. It adds bright flavor, and it encourages your mouth to produce its own natural moisture. Remember to use citrus sparingly, as too much acidity can sometimes irritate a very dry or sensitive mouth. But a few drops over steamed vegetables or a piece of fish can make a huge difference. We should also embrace natural aromatic spices. When people think of spice, they often think of heat. But many spices are simply focused on warmth and aroma. Cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom are wonderful examples. Try sprinkling cinnamon on your morning oatmeal or stirring a small amount of ground ginger into your warm broth. These spices rely heavily on scent, which is intimately connected with our perception of taste. By appealing to the nose, we can trick the brain into experiencing a much richer flavor profile, even if the taste buds are still struggling. Many people dealing with dry mouth worry about adding salt to their food, and rightly so, as high salt content can exacerbate dryness. But there is a way to achieve that savory depth without heavy sodium. We can use natural vinegars, like a light balsamic or apple cider vinegar, to mimic the savory, umami notes that salt usually provides. A drizzle of a good quality balsamic vinegar over tomatoes or a simple salad adds complexity and depth without the drying effect of large amounts of table salt. And here is a gentle trick for maximizing flavor in meats and firmer foods: the marinade. Marinating foods not only introduces flavor deep into the fiber, but it also tenderizes the food, making it much easier to chew and swallow. Use mild marinades based on yogurt, olive oil, lemon juice, or a thin broth infused with those gentle herbs we discussed. This simple step ensures that every bite is moist, soft, and bursting with flavor. If you find that these simple tips for increasing moisture and flavor are resonating with you, please consider subscribing. This channel is dedicated to providing gentle, evidence-based solutions for comfortable and peaceful sleep, and joining us helps us reach more people who need this simple comfort tonight. As we move on, we will shift our focus from individual foods to creating a full meal plan, specifically designed for those times when your mouth feels the driest. The goal is to make every meal a source of hydration, not a struggle. We'll look at simple preparation methods that ensure everything you eat is easy on your mouth and easy on your digestion. Creating a moisture meal plan is not about following strict diets. It's about making mindful choices that prioritize ease and comfort. We are looking for simple, gentle methods of preparing food that minimize effort and maximize hydration. First, let's consider breakfast, which is often the time the mouth feels driest after a long night of sleep. Avoid dry toast, cereal, or crackers. Instead, embrace soft cooked grains. Oatmeal or cream of wheat, prepared with milk or broth rather than just water, provides a warm, moist base. You can enhance it with those flavor saviors we discussed: a spoonful of plain yogurt, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or some mashed banana. The key is serving it immediately after cooking so it retains its heat and moisture. For lunch, we prioritize ease of swallowing. Sandwiches, especially those with crusty bread, can be a major challenge. Replace them with chilled, moist salads made from simple, soft ingredients. Think chicken salad or tuna salad mixed generously with mayonnaise or a gentle dressing. Serve it over a bed of soft shredded lettuce, or better yet, simply eat it with a spoon or a soft pita bread. Another excellent option is a simple cup of creamy soup, perhaps tomato or a pureed squash soup, served warm, not scalding hot. When it comes to dinner, preparation is everything. We want to avoid anything that requires heavy chewing, which tires the jaw and demands excessive saliva. Steaming, stewing, and braising are your best cooking methods. Steaming vegetables, like carrots or broccoli, ensures they are tender, moist, and retain their subtle sweetness and vitamins. Avoid roasting or grilling, which pulls moisture out and leaves the food dry and brittle. For proteins, focus on soft, moist preparations. Fish, particularly white fish, is naturally tender and flakes easily. Use a gentle poaching or steaming method. If you choose chicken or beef, slow cooking methods, like a stew or a gentle pot roast, make the meat incredibly tender. The meat should be so soft you barely need a knife. Serve any meat with a generous amount of its cooking liquid or a light gravy to lubricate every bite. An essential component of any moisture-rich meal is the gentle side dish. Always include a source of soft, moist carbohydrates. Mashed potatoes, polenta, or even well-cooked soft pasta with a light sauce are excellent. A baked sweet potato, served with a dollop of butter or a tiny bit of maple syrup, is also wonderful, as its natural moisture content is quite high. One of the biggest pitfalls we encounter is snacking. When the mouth is dry, we often reach for convenient snacks like crackers, pretzels, or nuts. These are counterproductive as they absorb any residual moisture in the mouth, creating a choking hazard and increasing discomfort. Instead, when you need a gentle pick-me-up, reach for a small bowl of applesauce, a few spoonfuls of plain custard, or a section of a peeled orange. These are effortless to eat, require minimal saliva, and deliver a clean, refreshing hit of moisture and flavor. They are the perfect bridge between meals, keeping your mouth comfortable and your energy steady. Remember, the appearance of food matters too. Even if your sense of taste is diminished, your eyes still experience the meal. Use those fresh herbs to add vibrant color. Serve your food on a beautiful plate, and take your time. Savoring the colors and aromas of the food is part of restoring the overall joy of eating. This gentle mindfulness is vital to the entire process. In our next segment, we will address a key area that often gets overlooked: how to make sure the environment around you is supporting your comfort, especially right before you try to fall asleep. We'll look at simple adjustments to your routine that can provide long-lasting relief overnight. The battle against dry mouth doesn't end when the dinner plate is cleared. Often, the night is when the dryness becomes the most severe, interrupting that essential period of rest. To truly find comfort, we must look beyond food and hydration and focus on creating a supportive, calm environment. This brings us to the gentle ritual of preparing your sleep space. It's a quiet time of intention that signals to your body that it's time to rest and conserve moisture. The single greatest environmental aid for nighttime dryness is the humidifier. During sleep, especially in drier climates or during winter months, the air in your room draws moisture away from your mouth and nasal passages. A cool mist humidifier gently adds moisture back into the air. Place it near your bed, but ensure it is cleaned regularly according to the manufacturer's instructions, as hygiene is key. Running a cool mist humidifier at a gentle setting throughout the night can make a profound difference in your waking comfort. Next, we must address the silent moisture thief, mouth breathing. Many of us, particularly as we age or if we suffer from congestion, unconsciously switch to mouth breathing when we sleep. This rapidly evaporates saliva and leads to that classic desert mouth feeling in the morning. While we cannot control ourselves entirely during sleep, we can set the stage for gentle, natural nose breathing. Before closing your eyes, practice a few moments of slow, mindful breathing. Simply place one hand on your belly and focus on breathing slowly, in through the nose and out through the nose. Do this for just 3 minutes. This brief practice reinforces the habit of nasal breathing while you are still awake. It helps transition your body toward that restful, nose-breathing rhythm. Another essential environmental factor is the placement of your bedside water. Having water readily available is critical for those middle-of-the-night wake-ups. However, avoid cold water, which can sometimes shock the system and is less comforting than lukewarm or room-temperature water. Keep a small covered carafe with a comfortable cup right next to you. Sips should be slow and gentle, not gulps. And finally, we look at the role of oral hygiene right before bed. A full 30 minutes before you lie down, engage in a simple, gentle, cleansing routine. Use a soft, bristled brush and choose a toothpaste that is specifically designed for sensitive or dry mouths. They often contain less foaming agent and no harsh detergents. Crucially, if you use a mouth rinse, ensure it is completely alcohol-free. Alcohol is a powerful drying agent, and using an alcohol-based rinse before bed is counterproductive to our goal of retaining moisture. The goal of this gentle ritual is not to fix every problem, but to reduce friction points. By setting up your room and your body for success, you minimize the chance of discomfort waking you up, allowing you to settle into a deeper, more peaceful sleep. If you are finding that these gentle, evidence-based health tips are helping you drift off with dignity and comfort, please take a moment to like this video. Your small action helps our channel reach more seniors and caregivers who are looking for a trusted, calm voice at night. As we move into our final section, we will wrap up everything we've learned tonight into a simple, daily practice. We will also address when it is time to seek professional advice, ensuring you feel fully equipped to handle this challenge with confidence. Tonight, we've covered a great deal, moving from hydrating heroes to flavor saviors and finally, to creating a soothing sleep environment. Now, let's tie these practical takeaways together into a simple, 3-part daily practice you can start tomorrow. This practice is designed to be slow, simple, and never overwhelming. Asterisk, Phase 1, the hydrating dawn and day. Asterisk, start your day not with a harsh gulp of cold water, but with a piece of high-moisture fruit, like a slice of melon or a few grapes. Sip your fluids slowly throughout the morning, ensuring every half hour or so you are taking a small conscious sip of water or a warm herbal tea. At mealtimes, prioritize the soft, moist foods, the broths, the yogurt, the steamed vegetables, to provide that slow, sustained internal moisture. Remember, small, frequent sips and bites are more effective than large, occasional gulps. Asterisk, Phase 2, the flavor refresher. Asterisk, midday is often when our energy dips and our taste buds feel fatigued. This is the perfect time to use your flavor saviors. Try a tiny, refreshing portion of applesauce dusted with cinnamon, or a slice of cucumber seasoned with a few drops of lemon juice. This gentle stimulation wakes up your senses without causing irritation. If you are having a soft lunch, remember to use those fresh herbs, parsley, mint, or basil, to enhance the aroma and overall enjoyment of your meal. Asterisk, Phase 3, The gentle wind down, asterisk, as the sun sets, begin your ritual. This is the time to avoid any drinks that contain caffeine or alcohol, as they are actively dehydrating. 30 minutes before bed, complete your gentle alcohol-free oral hygiene routine. Set up your bedside hydration station with room temperature water. If possible, turn on your cool mist humidifier, and most importantly, spend 3 gentle minutes practicing slow, deep nasal breathing to encourage comfort during sleep. While these food and lifestyle adjustments offer significant relief, it is essential to know when to seek professional guidance. Dry mouth, or xerostomia, is very often a side effect of common medications taken for conditions like blood pressure, depression, or allergies. It may also be linked to other health concerns. If you find that the dryness is persistent, painful, or completely unresponsive to these comfort measures, it is time for a conversation with your dentist or your primary care physician. Do not delay this conversation. Your doctor or dentist can review your medication list and suggest simple adjustments or prescription products designed to stimulate saliva flow. They can also check for other factors that might be contributing to your discomfort. Remember, seeking professional advice is an act of self-care and wisdom. It is simply another part of your journey toward greater comfort. Never feel discouraged if immediate results are not apparent. Our bodies take time to respond to gentle adjustments. Consistency is key. Every time you choose a moist food over a dry one, or take a gentle, mindful sip instead of a frantic gulp, you are offering your body comfort and care. We all deserve to enjoy our food, and we all deserve a night of deep, comfortable sleep, free from the distraction of persistent thirst and discomfort. I hope the simple, practical steps we've shared tonight will help you reclaim those quiet moments of peace and flavor. May you rest comfortably tonight, with a soft mouth and a calm heart. Thank you for spending this time with us. Good night.